Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. To my left and down below, we got Alisha joining us and front row Bill. How's the gang doing tonight?
Super. Thanks for asking.
Super.
Just wonderful. Fantastic.
I'm gonna start, directing with a wand here.
You need a wand, Jaba.
I think it's polite that we all give each other the opportunity to talk.
Nothing comes for free. What are you talking about? No, I'm kidding.
You could say it's finesse, J-Bone.
Yes. It takes some finesse to run this damn show.
Facts.
Super facts.
Indeed.
Boy. Well, Impact had a hell of a weekend this last weekend. We're gonna cover words. We are going to cover some of it. Alisha, you said you did not watch the Down Under shows. Bill, did you get a chance to watch those on Fight TV?
I did.
You did. Okay. I am going to go to you and we don't have to cover like every match. I'm more worried about what stood out for you the most. There is some news that came out of it, but it's real vague right now. We'll get to that in a little bit. But just highlights, what stood out to you the most, what wowed you as a fan, like, wow. And number one, I want to say, I think the crowd down there was a lot of fun. I'd call that a win right off the bat.
Yeah, no doubt. You could tell they appreciated what they were seeing. And if you saw any of the pretty much like the newspaper headlines locally, like it went over big there. Like it was obviously a very big deal. I think maybe even the Impact fans don't realize how big of a deal those shows were. And now for that brand going forward, like I know Impact kind of tripped into that because of the New Japan thing. And I guess sadly Conrad, I don't know if he got hurt or sick, and he didn't even make it. So like it Impact kind of saved the bacon on a lot of people for supplying all the talent for that. But that definitely, like, we still hear it today. There's a TNI UK show because of what Impact did with those shows, even though they haven't been there in years. They still have a very loyal audience from doing those shows where they got a ton of people in the UK over those couple of years with Kurt Angle and Drew Galloway. And they're reaping the benefits today. This tour of Australia that they just did, I think obviously that's kind of in between the two main cities. But I think going forward, this now could be a possibility because more and more wrestling is showing up in Australia. So I could see this maybe as the beginning of something where they actually do go to Australia again at some point. And if you can get the backing, because I think the same thing may have happened, obviously, with when they did India before. So I think if they could get incentives to go to some places, that's icing on the cake. But then you get future fans, other markets, hey, maybe even more podcast listeners. So you never know.
Sure.
So I think this is a very good thing for Impact, and they did not disappoint. I wasn't sure because obviously you had a lot of local talent, which makes sense because you can't only fly in so many people. But I was familiar with some. Other ones I had seen for the first time, but I think pretty good over there. And you're right. I think the fans were definitely invested into it. Saw a lot of Impact merch in the crowd, which was great to see. And even some of the chants, like they're getting into it. Like you had I think I'm not a particular like this is awesome. I'll clap, but I'm not a this is awesome guy. But
yeah.
but getting into it, I love to see it. I love to see it. And obviously
That
all
is
the
great.
Impact talents like really brought it. Obviously, there was a standouts. There it's obviously like Shelley did very good. No doubt there. Sabin was obviously excellent, but both machine guns stood out on the tour. Deanna, it was fantastic as always. Not really any everyone did good. Like the Joe Hendry stuck out. Moose was as intimidating as ever. Just the whole roster shined here. Obviously, if you watched both nights, pretty much all the Impact talent went over. Which you're never sure in these shows. Like maybe some people will, maybe some surprises, but most of the Impact talent did go over. But I think that's what people wanted to see. They wanted to see the stars of Impact. So it made sense, like booking wise. Obviously, Impact fought each other a lot, but when they didn't, it seemed like they kind of all came up on the positive end. But obviously, I know the news you're going to talk about is there was an injury, and I rewatched the match to see if I'm still not sure where the injury happened. I don't know if you noticed it, J Bone.
It was the match we're talking about is Alex Shelley versus it was a rematch for Steve Macklin to try to get his championship back. So it was interesting that it was going to happen overseas, and that certainly is, in my opinion, that's a draw because the match at the pay-per-view was so amazing. Or whatever show you want to call it. It wasn't one of the big ones, but it was still they're becoming must see. It was something that happened earlier on in the match, and as you saw the match go on, Shelley focused more and more on that limb, and which was the leg or the knee.
It was a great sell, but it was tough. Like obviously it must have happened somewhere early, but I didn't see the actual moment it happened, so I'm not sure.
That it was something that really did slow, like when he landed on it and tweaked it, he shook it off and he kept going, but then I was a thing where Shelley, that was a bullseye. So Shelley went after it again and again. And it became, we as wrestling fans, we do, we look at certain situations like, oh, is he selling that to tell us a story in the ring, or is he really hurt? I tell you what, though, by the end of this match, when you could tell there was a little communication between the two. There was like just a real brief pause. Macklin went to go put him in for a underhook suplex or whatever you call it, and Shelley countered it into his finisher and got the win. So, but then you saw Macklin at the end, and he had a look of absolute agony on his face. So I'm like, man, he's either selling like $1 million or he's really hurt. Well, it seems like he's really hurt. Now, they didn't say anything like underlining, in between segments on tonight's episode. So maybe it's not as bad as it could be. I'm not sure. So we got to wait and see.
But tough to tell. I know that was the dirt sheet news, pretty much, that he was hurt. I don't know if it was ever confirmed by any Impact official at this point that there's an injury.
No, and I haven't been on social media for squat lately. I've barely kept track.
Are you talking about threads where you can find We Talk Impact?
Oh, yeah. Just right, yeah, like going into Discord or like I get a lot of my news from places like WrestleZone as far as like legit news where you're just looking for results or like a debut. Yeah, there's rumors all over the place, but you got to be careful with those. I want to say a quick thank you here to Bell's Boy for the $20 super chat. My goodness, brother. Evening, Senorita Alisha J. To the busy traveling Bill. Congrats to
Julia.
you're gonna Julia? Is that okay? That's a different spelling of Julia. For beating Willow. Sucks that Macklin got hurt in Australia. Roman finally got pinned. We're covering all the bases in this post. All right, you paid your $20. That's fine. I don't care. And who the hell
You say
sets
what
a man
you
on
say whatever
fire?
you want.
You say save the best for last. Who sets a man on fire? Wow. Well, wow to you, sir. Thank you. Much love. Yeah, we'll get into that.
You get a little bit of this.
Impact Wrestling!
Yeah, the coach is absolutely fired up. We want to quick also say thanks to Mr. Tracy himself.
Oh, and he gets no coach.
He gets no coach. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So yeah. Then that's just an example of how you can help keep the train on the track, so to speak. You can smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. But we certainly do appreciate the tips. And
Bell's Boy's not done, J-Bone.
Oh, Bell's Boy, my goodness.
Julia is the new IWGP Women's Champion. Sick. The Virtuosa Diana on her and unite those titles. Let's effing go.
Wow. I don't know if they're gonna see, and they made that the championship being discussed here is the strong title.
Yes, the strong title. Which, hey, that wouldn't be a bad little Multiverse United too. Multiverse pub
there
match.
You go.
So let's leave it to the coach.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Impact Wrestling!
Thank you, Coach. Nonetheless, great to see Willow go over there, and we'll see because it's like, well, why are you talking about this? She's an AEW. Well, the fact that is, we have a great reputation with New Japan, and I got a feeling
there's a big show coming up, J-Bo.
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I want to say hello. Mr. Penzer is in the chat. Poolside Penzer. Good evening.
And we got to do, in case we lose David Penzer, we got to get I know it's during the show, but there was some people in the TNI fam are big fans of a man named John Skyler. I am not. I boo that man. I listen to Sami Callihan, and I boo that man. But he went after David Penzer tonight when he took the microphone.
For shame.
And I think he needs to be called out. I think the TNI fam should rally with David Penzer here and be anti the not so good hand known as John Skyler.
Yeah, what he did, he interrupted David Penzer as he was announcing him, and
he did.
Yeah,
he did.
So good.
Just
at center stage. That's like going into a man's house.
Are you saying that David Penzer lives at center stage?
Well, that's.
Or is that just you're saying that's his neck of the woods? Historically, that's his neck of the woods.
That's his neck of the woods.
But yeah, we don't put up with the disrespect for Penzer. We absolutely appreciate our Mr. Penzer. So
there you go, and everyone's coming to the. Yeah, that's right.
National treasure. Damn Skippy.
Skyler needs to be reprimanded in wrestler's court.
That's
Zach's calling for a suspension. I agree with all these sentiments.
Let's get some DPs in the chat for David Penzer. Isn't that what the kids say nowadays?
Oh yeah. DP's in the chat. Dubs in the chat.
Something I don't know.
Riz.
I'm a boss.
Hold on, calm down, just breathe.
about as hip as yesterday.
Let me get my readers adjusted here.
Yeah. I'm about as hip
I can tell you the list.
yesterday's stale pizza at the deli. It's about how hip I am. But even day old pizza is still pretty damn good. Just saying. Just agree with
We've
me.
all been there.
No.
Jay. We've all been there.
All right. So, anything else you wanted to mention from the Australia?
Well,
dates?
I did see the question earlier raised because we had seen her previously, and now we saw her again. Steph DeLander, who's been running the Indies lately with a Mr. Matt Cardona, who we all know
yes,
from Impact. But she had an interesting promo during this tour where she kind of said she lost her 2 matches in Impact, and Impact told her to go out there and get more experience, was the promo she cut. And now she's back. Obviously, she had difficulty with Miss Diana Perazzo again. But I could, and then they did show the segment at the zoo with all the Impact talent. Very funny seeing Moose and the snake. But Steph was also in that group. Like, she was the only like non-Impact regular as part of that group.
yeah.
Could I see Steph, because she is US based, being a part of the roster at some point? I could. Because she's definitely, especially now without Jordan Grace currently, you don't have that, like I don't know what would you want to say, but just like the strong woman, if you want to say, like without a Taya, without a Jordan. If you're saying like the diversity in the knockouts division, with the different personalities, looks, and I think somebody like that could fit in. So I could see Steph possibly becoming somebody that could find a role in Impact in the near future.
Absolutely, yeah. With or without
Cardona,
with or without Cardona, because I know he's really trying to like get her over, everywhere he goes.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's a return of Matt Cardona at some point with Steph, and you get the new main event Mafia with Cardona and a company.
What do you think, Alisha? Are you seen? Oh, my wife is chucking cat treats at me. I was
Interesting.
That's all you get, J-Bone.
That's all I get. One pebble. It's bad enough last week. I thought I was dropping snacks on the couch, and I picked one up and I ate it, and sure as shit, it was a cat treat.
Good aim.
Right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to her eventually. And there's also hints from good old Iceman Intel himself.
Ooh.
Saying that there's going to be some surprises at Slam.
Ooh.
Some shocking surprises. Now,
shocking.
Should be. It's exciting.
For me, Steph is not going to be a shocker.
No, that wouldn't be a shocker.
It depends. Well, it depends on how she would show up, or how said person or said group would show up. Usually it's not just one, it's a group of people that shows up and shakes the very foundation of a company, like the NWO or the Bullet Club, any first, and this is honestly like the first year coming out of the pandemic where I don't feel personally, now correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, if you guys see someone, male and or female, or a team that's out there that's a free agent that's rocking the indies and really making the name for themselves that you think could get a leg up in a company like Impact Wrestling? I can't think of any off the top of my head because there hasn't been any mass firings from said company to cause an influx into the independent wrestling scene. What do you two think? Do you guys see anyone in particular either coming back, debuting? What do you think?
Well, if you're saying returning, I know a lot of people are saying that Iceman was saying maybe never been in the company, but obviously with the Coach D'Amore angle, you have Team Canada members, obviously, that could be making a return. A lot of former names. I for some reason I heard this week some different people starting to mention EY as a name again, because obviously he's still never appeared up north this whole time.
Yeah.
And people now think maybe he might be available again. So obviously EY has a big connection. If for some reason he is available, I could definitely see him. If you're saying, I don't know if he'd be ready to compete because we haven't heard anything, and I think the time frame's too quick, but could we see a version of Josh Alexander at least coming out? Maybe.
Does it look like I give a damn?
That's right. We'll always, I feel like we say it a lot. Obviously, always throw Monty Brown in there, but that feels like more of a pipe dream at this point. But after we know we know somebody attended the Atlanta tapings, and I'd love to see him back. And he looked in the shape he was in when he wrestled.
Oh,
Elix Skipper.
Elix Skipper, yeah, a very rare, and with a smile on his face. And that was with what, Penzer, or was that with Scott? I saw the picture.
A few different pictures. I feel like there was one with like the old crew, Sabin, Shelley, Kaz, and I think there was another one with the coach.
Yeah. And folks, if you don't know who Elix Skipper is, please go check out some of the old Triple X tag team matches.
Yeah, one of the most famous clips
versus,
on top of the cage.
Versus
Facts.
Oh geez.
America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted. Thank you. I'm like, I was going to say like the Cowboys. I'm like, yeah, but they're not called the freaking Cowboys. Thank you, Bill. But yeah, please go. YouTube.
I was just seeing
there's plenty of them.
The TNA board game and seeing if they had a picture of it, just because I'm sure it's in the game.
TNA board game. Wow.
Prime time. Good
We're
stuff.
talking Showtime, Eric Young, Prime Time, Elix Skipper.
Yeah. Yeah, EY would be a shock. I mean, because he was literally executed, or what?
Well,
it went black, so it seemed like he was killed.
We believe that's what happened.
Oh, be careful. Be careful.
Now, here's the other thing. We were just talking about it. There is a Multiverse 2 coming up.
Yep.
Could New Japan people show up as the big surprise?
To get going on all that, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought it was a continuation of that. So,
Well, yeah. Well, we don't know what it's going to be yet, like match wise and all that. But they're definitely going to have to build up some storylines with New Japan. So it would make sense to start. Like, obviously, we knew we're going to see Kushida, and but who knows? There could be, and there's a name. There's Millie McKenzie. I know that is a free agent out there. Now obviously, be great to see Joe Doring. That's.
Oh yeah.
He was at the last Windsor tapings backstage. I did see him. I talked to Joe for a minute. So.
Oh, really? how's he now? I saw a picture of him, and it seemed like he's certainly lost some weight, but that's to be expected when you're fighting cancer. How's he sound?
He's obviously still going through treatment, but he sounded upbeat and everything. So
that's
obviously he could just go through that, but hopefully continued improvement. And but yeah, just if we even see him, that would be fantastic. Aiden Prince, who sadly got an injury a little while back, as he was starting to do some stuff. But yeah, a lot of people out there. There is kind of a whole litany of other indie people now that could be out there, but that's just a lot of speculation. Nothing really shows. I think more story angle wise, New Japan and Team Canada, I'll stick with.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyone on your radar that you think could make an impact, so to speak?
Nope, I want to be surprised.
Nope. All right.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a damn. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe that Will Ospreay.
Nope.
Oh. Bring that one back. That sadly didn't happen. That'd be something.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be on the last show, and it got due to injury.
Yeah.
So if you go back, if you follow the long-term storytelling, some of that could make sense. Some people that didn't show up the first time. And we still never got, everyone, like the Good Brothers were teasing it. We never got that Okada match. We still have to go back to the vault to see early Okada in Impact. So it'd be great to see the current version of Okada in Impact. And my match would be the two best drop kicks in wrestling. Okada versus Moose.
But now, didn't that happen? You went to that show in Frisco, and I can't remember who Moose faced. Who did Moose face?
He went against the Pitbull, the Stone Pitbull.
That's what it was. I was thinking it was Okada. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that'd be great. Moose versus Okada? Oh, man. Drop kick versus drop kick. I'll take it. Some mention of the Bullet Club in the chat. I feel like in addition to what ABC is doing right now, it's great to have Bullet Club representation in the company, and it's positive nonetheless. They're absolutely, Ace and Bay are absolutely killing it. But I feel like if you're going to hold down that kind of, name in your company, the lineage has got to be a little bit stronger. So either someone stopping by for a few months to help them out, strengthen the numbers, maybe someone new. And I don't even have a clue who would, Eric Young. I don't know.
The answer is always Eric Young.
I'm sure we'll see down the road.
Yeah. So
obviously they've been phasing more of the ABC name instead of the Impact, instead of the Bullet Club name. So, but I could see obviously with the multiverse show, them focusing a little bit more on Bullet Club.
Yeah,
which would make sense.
Yeah, they're still wearing the Bullet Club jackets. They still got the theme song, so that's still a staple. So it's good.
Great theme song.
Good stuff. All right. Anything else in the world of news? I know we've got some updates to the Slammiversary card, but we can cover that at the end.
I know we had a recent birthday, J-Bone, and it was the one, the only, the Swingman.
Oh, Swingman, that's right.
And I want my pizzles back.
Oh, I'm sure he had some on his birthday, Pizzles and Rizats, right? That's how do you do it.
And here, Antonio with some good suggestions based on what's out there. Obviously, a lot of people have been speculating about Myron Reed with the Rascals as kind of the third Rascal on the Indies. And then obviously the Von Erichs. We know that they're not with MLW anymore. And they actually obviously had that brief run years ago in Impact. But I am a fan of the Von Erichs. And if you're ever even thinking of going to Texas, it's not bad to have the Von Erichs in tow for a Texas tour.
Oh, yeah. And they've certainly gotten better over the years. So, anybody wondering like, oh, well, they haven't improved since the last time they were in TNA. No, they have. I've seen them live. They're a lot of fun to watch. Whether they're whipping people's ass in the ring or they're getting people on the outside of the ring. The Von Erich name is alive and well. So, and the news is that they have relocated back to the Texas area. So that right there is a plus. It's not like you got to try to fly them in internationally, which I'm sure is a pretty penny from Hawaii. So, love all the comments in the chat here.
Anytime you bring up the swing man, it gets everybody going. Which
yeah. There's either a lot of love or a lot of we can't stand. All right, shall we jump into tonight's episode of Impact Wrestling?
The Big Shoe.
Like I said, we got Iceman Intel with talking about surprises for Slammiversary. We talked about that, and we get into the first match of Eddie Edwards versus Kazarian. Of course, Lish is at Eddie's side for this one. What did you guys...
Lish in action.
You know what, Alisha, why don't you take the helm on this one? What did you think of Lish really stepping up in this one?
Well, we get some Lish action and hitting Kaz with that Kendra the kendo stick really put Eddie at the advantage in this match, didn't it? I just appreciate it because I feel like Lish needs a more active role, and I feel like they're definitely starting to give that to her, and I think we're all pretty pleased with that. No complaints.
Hell yeah!
I feel like I personally have asked for this for a while.
Yeah.
Make her the badass valet, make her the Beulah to Eddie. And that's what they've done. And she's knocking it out of the park, literally.
Yeah, here, this is a perfect example of what really wowed everyone. It's one thing to trip up someone, but she's straight up here, courtesy of Mr. Rosario here. The tornado DDT Alisha put Frankie outside the ring was sick. Yes, it absolutely was. That right there spoke volumes. It's like, okay, she's not just out there hitting the canvas, shouting.
Cheering from the sideline. She's getting involved.
Right. Yeah.
Lish action.
This is the most we've ever seen her, interfere, shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. I love it. Because if you're not going to put her in that many matches, then you gotta keep her active somehow. And if this is the next best thing, they knocked it out of the park tonight.
Yes. 1,000%.
And it helps Eddie too. It works on many levels. Ride or die, J-Bone. Ride or die.
As the t-shirt says. Yeah, go to shopimpact.com. There you go.
Now, J-Bone, how have you not? Because I know you like to fashion yourself a merchandising guy over there with T-shirts and all. How have you not made your version ride or die with like a checkered flag on there and maybe a drive-through and like a chalk outline of a body?
Holy shit, Bill.
I would think the fans would love this. Ride or die, Jaba.
Right. Woo.
Big Buford or ride or die?
Ride with the Bone on TNI or...
People are listening. They're listening.
Oh, man.
Next, I hope that doesn't mean I'm in trouble.
Next piece of merchandise. You know, that's who put Bill in charge of merchandising lately? Jiminy Christmas. We'll have to put that one up.
Workshop that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring that up at the next production meeting. I don't know.
See, Justin, he's in. Merch gold.
Justin, thank you for the super chat, but your vote does not count here, sir.
It'll be the official shirt of After Dark.
Jiminy Christmas. All right. We'll you guys kill me. No, I love it. I love it. It's making me sweat. All right. So yeah, Edwards and Cass with an amazing first match here. And it doesn't end there because Cass is pissed, and we'll get to the segment in between here, but I'm just gonna wrap these two together. Penzer, that vehicle's long gone. You shush, poolside Penzer.
It's in the impound. They're still looking at it.
Yeah, right. They're
dusting it for greasy fingerprints.
There's a lady still hobbling out there somewhere. Lord Almighty. So Kaz is none too happy about this. Neither am I. Hold on.
It's out there somewhere.
Train wreck. Thank you. Or car wreck, yes. It was not that bad. My goodness. So Kaz is pretty upset about this. He does not appreciate the shenanigans, Lish putting herself forward like that. So Kaz is like, you know what? Let's run this one back. But this time, biatch, I'm gonna bring my own wife.
Tracy Effin Brooks.
Tracy Effin Brooks. That's right. I believe she is isn't there a former host of a podcast that's pretty sweet on Tracy? Yeah. Oh, no, there he is. There he is. Yes. Pasta Mania right there, Mr. Trent.
It's going to be running wild.
Oh, geez. Wonder if Trent's going to try to find some tickets to Slammiversary now to see this. So, yeah. So, the match is official now as far as I know. So, it's going to be Kaz with Tracy Brooks at his side, at ringside, and versus Eddie Edwards with Lish, of course. So
there's a possibility. Go ahead, Bill.
What are the odds? Lish versus Tracy.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Bring Joey Styles in for one match just to make one call.
For like the tapings the next day. That's easy, you know. Get some airtime, you know, and even if it is, you know, Tracy, I don't know if she's in ring ready, but you know, put over Lish. Who knows? I'd love to see it. Either way, it's a win. So
we all win.
Yes. We all win. Exactly. All right. Gia Miller backstage with Leo Rush talking about upcoming match with Sabin coming sooner rather than later. It's hard to believe it's just a couple Saturdays away. And in walks Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis and Leo Rush. Not a lot of respect going on between these two. Kind of interesting considering they have a match tonight, you know.
Yeah, they're not friends. They're letting you know they're not friends here. They just have they're both trying to get a title. That's they have that in common. That's about it.
Right. So Nick Aldis trying to, you know, put a little knowledge his way, and Leo Rush is like, all right, he sees where Nick stands in all this. Next we got
J-Bone was there. He
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Gotta be friends. Why not? Why can't we be friends? All right. OVE, Callihan and Swann versus. Go ahead, Alisha. What do you love?
Champagne and caviar.
Champagne and caviar. Mr. Shera and Mr. Singh. Just all the Richie delights lining up there.
No entrance really for this.
No, just it was something that was
keeping it tight today.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot. Well, there was a lot of backstage stuff going on here.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, it was hot.
Now it's interesting because my favorite moment. We'll see if anyone agrees with me. But my favorite moment of tonight is a backstage segment, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to it. So, quick match here for Callihan and Swann winning over Shera and Singh. Just kind of putting their foothold in the tag division. Like, hey, yeah, we maybe haven't been a team for that long or in a while or whatnot.
But they're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, that certainly is important, and no matter what you think of champagne and caviar, which, they go together like peanut butter and jelly on some shows, maybe. Callihan and Swann still getting the job done here. So we'll see how they fare come Slammiversary. Gia Miller then backstage with Myers and Moose. And I feel like I missed part of this segment here. Something else happened here. But just talking about, how they're going to wreck the tag division. So there's a lot of stuff in this episode about the tag division match. Then they showed a segment from BTI where Santino was coming after Dango after his win in the match on BTI. And then Heath attacks Dango. And that was interesting. So I don't know if that means that Heath is going to be like a secret weapon and we're not going to get Santino versus Dango. I'm not sure what that means here.
Well,
does Heath become? Go ahead.
Oh, well, the Impact social media has already put out. It will be Santino versus Dango the night after Slammiversary at the Fallout.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you're gonna have to wait.
Everybody's on Dango.
Wait that one out. But we'll get into that because we follow this up with my personal favorite segment of the night, the Dango video.
Oh, the promo?
Dango, the promo video.
Or he's talking about
if I was head editor of the TNI show, I may have 5 sound bites from this thing because I thought it was gold. Dango is gold right now. Talking about Heath working at first Home Depot, and then he circles around like a minute and a half later and says, or Lowe's. Like, he's fantastic. Forklift operator. he's fantastic.
I'll tell you what, I'm honestly surprised they're not at least putting this on the pre-show of Slammiversary, because, man, Santino.
We know we got Kenny King versus Joe Hendry on the pre-show.
Yeah.
X Division title. Digital media title.
But man, Santino's fired up.
That's disgusting.
He's all guns blazing.
He went further. He didn't son of a gun him.
Oh yeah.
He went all out. Not fast.
I hope Dirty Dango wins. What?
Okay.
But you really like a snake gimmick?
I agree.
Some
Cobra.
I like Santino. I like Santino.
WWE gimmick?
I think
the corny Cobra.
The corny Cobra.
Or Carney Cobra. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, I like it both. I mean, yeah, there is a degree of, comedy relief in this whole thing.
I would just rather it not be.
Well, especially when it comes to Dango. I mean, we're seeing.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that I get it. It's all fine and dandy, but maybe this just quite isn't the time and to kind of revert them back to comedic. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting that, and I thought he was going in a somewhat more serious route. And yeah, that's all. And no complaints though. He's still the dirtiest Dango dude out there. So
So no, you root for whoever you want to root for.
I will. I don't need to be reminded of that. Thank you. With peace and love.
Remember, Dango watched wrestling when it was cool in 1998.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, so I get it. I'm the audience. I'm the core audience he's speaking to. So
was it really?
It was
cool
back
then.
Then though. It was cool for him.
No, I know. No, I know. It was, I joke because obviously that's when it was the coolest. There was millions upon millions of people watching more than there was today. So that right there, I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Little Dango was getting his juice, and when I say juice, I mean Juventud Guerrero.
I saw Juventud Guerrero a couple months ago in a match.
Juice still got it.
Yeah, it was him versus Enzo Amore.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, bro.
How you doing?
Wait, does he go by that anymore? No, then Enzo.
It's
Enzo.
It's N-Z-O.
Sorry.
Enzo, yeah.
But yeah. Quick plug at the XPW show.
There you go. No, I've always been a fan of Enzo. I've always been in this corner going through everything.
He did the gimmick. Yeah. He did the thing. He spelled the word.
Hey, there's another guy that's out there available.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he's under contract.
He's not.
I assure you, he is not.
I can confirm. That's not fake wrestling news.
Well, because he was doing a lot of dates with MLW over the last couple
but he is not
years.
with MLW anymore. He's not with MLW.
Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah.
I don't know. Bill sounds pretty passionate about this. I'm going to take his word for it.
I can confirm he is not with MLW.
I mean, shit, if we can't get Big Bill, hell yeah, I'll take Enzo. He's the one that had the gimmick, in the first place. I love them. All right.
Team up with Jack
Whoa.
Talos, no one will know a difference.
Yeah, and if you don't know what we're talking about with Jack Talos, go YouTube him. There's another 7-footer, and you can't teach that. Angels. Now, this is an interesting story turn here. First, let's talk about the match. We got Angels with the design versus Gresham, and this is part of a preview, and for the Ultimate X that's gonna be. Is that what it is? At Slam Ultimate X, they're bringing it back for the number one contendership for X Division match?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, Angels versus Gresham. What'd you guys think of? First, talk about the match, and then we'll get into we'll just say the drama that happened afterwards.
Good match. Battle of Hotlanta. Two native sons going at it. But obviously, you see... like Gresham, very technical tactician in the ring, has been on a good roll. Actually got the best of Mike Bailey recently in their series. But then obviously we've been seeing this divide into the design with Angels lately. And obviously I think we know the design needs something. After the Sami thing, they need a reworking, a change. And now we see the ending with Angels here. Obviously, Diener never happy when somebody doesn't win, and Angels does not win here. But we see the reaction. But yet, Gresham, he's got the code of honor that he still goes by. And in the end, he shook the hand. Diener didn't want him to shake the hand, and they had beef. So
Big
it looks
beef.
like big beef. Even Big Khan didn't look like he was on the same page with Diener at the end of this. So
he looked like he didn't know what to do.
He didn't know what to do.
Right.
He looked like the band was breaking up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yoko just entered the building.
Yeah.
He was just trying to play peacekeeper here. Like, hey, guys, come on. Let's,
Well, yeah, it's like, Diener, you gotta chill out, dude, because it's not like you're winning either. So it's, maybe you guys gotta get a different approach and maybe be like, hey, maybe we can be nice guys. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe a former leader could be available.
And yeah, he can either rein it in or kill it dead.
Oh, literally.
Zombie EY, that's his next character.
He's literally done everything else.
Why not?
Why the hell not, right?
It would be gold because it's EY. That is one dude who I feel like just across the bridge is just a very talented character artist. So,
and he's got that deep raspy voice, and he could tweak it like that and turn it into whatever.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I choked on my own gimmicks.
An overall great talent, a great person to have on the roster, and so if that's ever a possibility, I know we all like to dream and think about these things, but it would be good to have him back. He's a very just entertaining overall person, so.
Well, better to have him on TV than just sitting at home warming his couch up. I mean, it's a no-brainer, yeah?
Someone needs to warm the couch up, J-Bo.
Well, it's like, why the hell are you paying a guy to sit at home? I never understood that one, but hey. Cash those checks, buddy. Cash those checks. So Gresham gets the handshake. but Diener doesn't get his Angel, and it looks like Angels is leaving the design, walks out on him. So he's like, screw you guys.
I'm going home.
I'm going home. That's right.
Screw you guys.
I love South Park. I love it. Next, we got Bullet Club backstage. Talking about the
ABC.
upcoming... What's that?
ABC.
ABC.
Oh, ABC, yes. Yeah. And as my lovely wife always, whenever I say the ABC, she says...
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
She didn't say it this time.
You missed the cue, Tracy.
She missed the cue. You missed the cue, babe.
Your what hurts, she says.
You missed the cue, babe.
Oh, God bless her.
I said we're talking about the Bullet Club, ABC. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
That's right.
Facts.
So, talking about the upcoming tag team, was it a scramble match? I got to look and see exactly what it is, but it's at Slammiversary where all the tag teams are getting together. Then the Rascals, being kind of goofy, kind of slide into the camera view there.
25-year-old teenagers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Not quite as goofy as before, but there's somebody's chewing on a lettuce wrap or something. I don't know.
He didn't like the lettuce. Trey didn't like the lettuce, and then he was drinking his Gatorade. I don't know what Trey was up to. This was more of a Zach Wentz promo.
It was goofy, but Wentz sounds like he's got a mission here. He wants to get the Rascals in that match, and he's like, hey, well, how about you put me in a match next week against you, and if I beat you, put us in that match. Sounds fair. So how do we get the Rascals in Slammiversary? They want that Slammiversary. So,
it could happen. They accepted it.
And then, of course, the Bullet Club, Ace has got to throw a little jab at him saying, well, you guys never even held gold before, so.
Oh, you need some aloe for that sick burn?
Sick. Too sick for this world. Hell
oh, yes. What's his name's logo thing? Same.
Wentz, yeah. By the way, he's got new merch. Stiff Blade, the clothing company. Macha Slam the jacket. Yeah. The jacket that you saw him wearing, that's on there, and he's got a new alien kind of tee for Wentz.
I'll definitely go check that out.
Yeah. The t-shirts the stuff looks great. So
looks sick. Sorry.
I saw some pictures online. It was Ingrid and Johnny Bravo welcoming their on the road son home. So yeah, there's some other people from the company that are very excited to see him back in the family. So
they fought hard to get him back.
Yeah.
Seems like people should be given second chances, right?
I'm all for it. Like I said this last week, you can all believe what you want to believe, love who you want to love, hate who you want to hate. That's fine.
It's only human.
It is. But he's obviously, I think he does deserve it. So, they're giving him a chance, and so far so good.
Absolutely.
He did have a interview with Denise Salcedo on YouTube. Came out yesterday. Go check that out.
From
minus the coughs. Poor Wentz wasn't
/
feeling very
busted.
good.
I'm good.
You don't like Denise?
I don't. I always hate saying this because I legit don't know who she is. So no, I'm not gonna seek it out. I'll watch some of Ash Rose Nova's interviews. How about that?
Oh, there you go. She's got a few. She's got a few coming up. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Deonna Purrazzo and Trinity talking about putting out an open challenge next week. Quite the daring thing for the Knockouts champ to put out an open challenge just a couple days before she has to defend against Trinity. I don't know. Like I respect the champ. Don't get me wrong.
Fighting champ.
But is this the smartest thing that Deonna Purrazzo could be doing just a few short hours before the pay-per-view? Let's get your thoughts on this.
I am the f***ing greatest.
Well, yes, we know that. Thank you. But and thank you for throwing that in there. Bill, what say you?
Oh, this is the champ, the 3-time knockout champ, J-Bo. I expect nothing less from the champ. Because sometimes to prepare yourself, you got to challenge yourself. You can't just rest and get cozy and wait for the one big match. You want to get on your A game. You want to be working on things. So, open challenge, I applaud it. Team Virtuosa.
Team Virtuosa. And
Team Hackettstown.
Well, there you go.
Jersey. I was in Jersey last night. I was in Trenton. I had a pork roll and cheese because I was in Trenton.
Oh, you call it pork roll, huh?
Game. Oh, yeah, I had to get a pork roll.
Not a Taylor ham?
No.
It's a Jersey thing. Sorry, guys. You wouldn't understand.
If it's case, it's a pork roll. If it's obviously Taylor, it's a Taylor ham.
Absolutely.
But I believe more. But I'm by no means a Jersey guy. I am a PA guy. But close enough. I believe in the pork roll as opposed to
on a Kaiser.
On a Kaiser. That could be the way to have it. Although you don't have to. I won't go crazy.
It's flexible.
It's flexible. But it should be something not too bready. Should be something because obviously you can just go standard with the cheese. You add a little egg in there, and you're talking a delicacy, J-Bo. Ooh, you get a little pork roll, egg, and cheese. Maybe put a little hot sauce on that baby. Give it a little extra pepper. You're cooking with fire there, J-Bo.
No,
sandwich.
You're mentioning this pork roll. Are we like legit rolling up a pig? What are we doing?
Well, pork roll is the equivalent of it's pretty much like a small ham steak.
Okay.
Or thick Canadian bacon, whatever you want to call it, Jake.
Okay. A sandwich.
Yeah. But pork roll,
it's like tangy. It's hard to explain.
And it's a little more tangy. It's a little different of a taste. Like I'm not going to say it's ham, but it's a mix between like a ham /
pepperoni. It's a curious thing.
All right.
But you can go to the store. You can get like either pre-sliced pork roll, or you can get like more of like a little. You can get a whole thing of pork roll and then cut it up yourself.
A tube of pork roll.
Yeah, a tube. and you know me, J-Bo. If there's a podcast that enjoys tubed meat more than the TNI show, what? I have yet to find it. We are believers in tubed meat.
Yes.
I'm
speechless.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing like that tubed meat.
I'm gonna stick to my turkey bacon over here.
Aren't you like a
Turkey
brat
bacon
guy,
comes in it too.
J-Bone? Don't you come
What?
from like a land of bratwurst?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You throw.
I'm expecting much more on the positivity of tubed meat, and
Yeah,
you're giving
you-
me nothing over there.
Crickets.
Crickets from the Milwaukee man.
I'll stick to my brats and my kielbasa's and my Polish sausages.
It's
There you
tubed
go.
meat.
That's all tubed meat, man.
It's all tubed meat, dude.
Yeah, but the stuff
I'm
that
talking
you're
hot dogs and pork rolls over here.
Yeah, but what you're talking about does not sound like it's the same.
It's more like a bagged tubed meat.
They're all bagged tubes of meat. We live in a
Bagged
society of bagged tubes of meat.
Yeah, the pork roll that comes in the meat bag.
Are we throwing
Tube of meat bag.
Bag of tube? Wait, what?
All right, we're off the rails. We're out of control here. We got to rate it in. You got a 10, take it down to a 4.
Are we throwing gravy on this? We throwing some gravy on this bag of tube?
Yeah, you don't want gravy on
The
no.
people love
Okay.
tube meat talk. That just I won't say that.
Let's get a hashtag on Twitter.
We
Get it
appreciate
trending,
you.
guys.
I don't know. It sounds
Tube
like
meat.
sounds like gravy on the tube meat is a must.
Well,
Anyways,
not gravy. Like,
I'm done.
our good friend Dave, he was with me yesterday. He put the ketchup on the pork roll. I don't believe in such a thing. I believe you let the meat speak for itself, and you don't need that. But
Stefan likes ketchup on the tube meat.
if you enjoy that, go for it. Like Scrapple, I think you need ketchup on Scrapple.
Nope. You just don't eat Scrapple. That's how you deal with that.
Scrabble? I've played
I
that
have
game
some
many a time.
in my
Scrapple,
freezer.
J-Bone.
My husband brought it home, and it is soft yet firm, and it is strange and alien.
Fried on the
I don't
outside,
trust it.
mushy on the inside.
They want the Manscaped promo. The people are asking for it. Well, if you're going to talk about tube meat,
When you're thinking tube meat, you think about
Body
sponsor.
And if you want to take care of your tubed meat, there's no other tool for the job than Manscaped itself. I'm tiptoeing here. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Little commercial for you to break the chaos.
I'm here to tell you people about Manscaped. See, when you're a card-carrying member of the Peanut Club, presentation is everything. In my opinion, with a clean shave, you can turn that cocktail Frank into bun length. That's right, folks. Kiss your Vienna sausage goodbye and upgrade your grooming habits with Manscaped. And guess what, folks? We got a special deal for the TNI fam. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. That's right, folks. 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
it has a flashlight.
Thank you, John.
With a Vienna sausage of tube meat. Manscaped. TNI code. 20%
Gotta
off.
upgrade that tube meat, baby. All right.
Speaking of J-Bone.
Nope, I can't even. Nope. I almost went there like Degrassi, and I caught myself. I almost.
Well,
There we go with that.
we get a lot of
Degrassi.
meat in the ring next, J-Bone.
There is. Yeah, there is. It's
One of them could be considered tube meat at the end of this.
the question of the night, and I said this during the live reaction. Jesus, live reaction. How about that? The question of the night is: how do you like your PCO? Original recipe or extra crispy?
Extra crispy.
Oh.
So we got some more. I'm sorry. His screams are gonna haunt me now all damn night long. Scott D'Amore's on commentary for this one. Hannifin's not even sure what to call him because he's not his boss. And Scott's like, well, I guess you can call me whatever you want. Zero consequences. Don't call him late for dinner. Speaking of extra crispy, we got PCO. PCO's just all kinds of, should we say, wired up here? Live wired versus the Good Hands, 2-on-1, but certainly was not twice the fun for PCO, sadly. He did get the win over the Good Hands. Skyler, of course, zero respect for our beloved national treasure, David Penzer. But PCO gets the win.
Ooh,
but then after
Penzer. Like my PCO checkers style, hit and run.
Oh, God.
It sounds like we got to pass over the aloe vera to J-Bone after that sick burn.
Jeez.
Ooh.
That was good. That was really good.
Penzer with the shot of the night, according to the TNI fam. We haven't done this in a while, J-Bone.
Oh, you better
bring
play
it back.
Yeah, it deserves it.
Oh, that's pretty tame. I thought you were going to play the other one.
Oh, are you saying we're going all in, J-Bone? We're going all in.
All in,
he gets
baby.
Both.
There you go. Wait a minute.
It was fake, David Penzer.
We got two?
I don't like that. Don't.
Some bored
shenanigans in the TNI chat.
Jeez Louise. My goodness. All right. So, like I said, PCO gets the win. Scott's in the ring. He's really hyping up the whole match, with him and PCO. Hotch just can't keep his mouth shut. He's just in there disrespecting the coach. And then all of a sudden, Macklin out of nowhere.
The man was taking off his watch.
Yeah, the watch just got.
You can't hit a man while he's taking his watch off. That's weak sauce.
Crazy. Low blow to PCO. And here comes Bully Ray. Now, they're just attacking him blindsided now. And they take PCO. And Bully's like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? And then he takes him and he throws him down this ramp. You forget the setup of center stage until you see this, because at the last show, this is where Macklin actually had an entrance. He came out of there and then left. It was his match against, I want to say, Swann.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I digress. They take PCO down. They take a battery and start pouring battery acid in his mouth. Something tells me that wasn't battery acid, but still, just the visual is like, dear God.
No, and the horror, the humanity.
Yes, and then Bully Ray, with his lighter fluid, just absolutely dousing PCO and lighting PCO on fire, screaming, running into the camera.
That ain't right.
You're extra crispy, PCO.
He's not human.
No, he's not, because somehow he's got to get to the pay-per-view. I don't know. They're going to have to peel some layers off before the show.
So I have a question.
Oh,
Did anybody check to make sure he was dead, or are they just going to celebrate assuming he is and then act super surprised when he rolls back into the joint and murderizes everyone?
Well, Macklin's made that mistake before.
Well,
He was facing him one-on-one. He thought
So
he
is
was
Eddie.
out for the count.
He's looking like he's going headfirst into a second round with it. So, oops. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Right.
Ah.
Oh, see, Eddie Edwards buried him in the damn desert miles away, and he comes crawling back from the dead. I mean,
Was the dirt loose?
well,
Find that out.
I've seen Goodfellas. I've seen Casino. You that ain't how you bury somebody.
That's right. That's logic.
You got to put a little more effort into that shoveling job.
Yes.
if you're gonna have
Now,
somebody,
Dango would say if you worked at Home Depot or Lowe's, you get the job done.
Yeah. I think they were going to need more lighter fluid too, because it didn't seem like enough to incinerate a human body.
Now, I will say this. I did see Bully Ray this past Saturday at the 2300 Arena at a show against Matt Cardona in a loser never fights in that building again match. And it was a very quick match where it was like a replay of seeing our beloved coach go through the table. He lit that table on fire immediately after the bell rang. Cardona right through it and then tossed them out of the building.
Oh, seems like Cardona's heading somewhere then.
Maybe.
Because, like, the 2300 Arena is, like, the best wrestling venue on the East Coast. So, to never wrestle there again while you're on the Independence doesn't make sense. Stips. What are you going to do?
Well, I was like, because it was the first match of the night, I'm like, is he just going to come back later this night as Zack Ryder? Zack Ryder's allowed in the building. Not Cardona.
Gimmick change.
Gimmick change.
Yeah.
There you go.
This was pretty wild. I do want to comment to an earlier part of this segment, and that's the good hands.
Okay.
And I never noticed it until tonight that their background video is literally them holding hands.
Well, good hand style. The Carney wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever seen, like, I don't know a lot of, Carney, like, behind the scenes stuff. But I've never seen that kind of handshake between wrestlers before. That's crazy.
It's like the Iconics. They used to do that little finger latch on with each other. Iconic. Yeah. I don't know. It's like a corny name, corny video. Good wrestling team. I feel bad because I just can't get behind them, but they're very talented. But it's just a mess.
In the meantime, I mean, it's good for both of them because like I said, you're sticking a veteran with an up and comer, and
they're really getting that heel heat from me. So they're doing their job.
Brothers would do that handshake when they came out.
Good Brothers did that handshake.
A big dude, you didn't notice it.
Handshake is very old school, 70s and 80s.
It was a fixture in the IPWF.
Oh, the IPW. That's classic. All right.
Where? So I'm just fucking with you guys. Where was that? Huh?
Do we gotta explain? All right. So yeah,
I'm a woman. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see where PCO's at within the next week. We'll keep a close eye on that.
I bet you he's great with barbecue sauce. Little ranch on the side.
Now we get some
blue cheese.
Jumper
blue
cables
cheese.
ready.
He's French.
Blue cheese.
Well, he's French, so you gotta have appropriate dipping sauce.
For Thousand Island.
He's a Canadian, fried Canadian. Goose.
French fried Canadian.
Canadian goose. Because they
Strap,
speak French, right? Oh God, this is gonna be a mess if I'm
strap
incorrect.
those cables up to them. Let's have a freaking snack. Oh my God, where is this going?
He's French Canadian. So yeah.
Oh,
He's
geez, okay,
French.
so the joke landed. Did it do?
He's
Moving
French
on.
Canadian.
Frankenstein.
He's delicious.
This is where the show messed me up a little bit because this was such an intense scene that I mistook it for the end of the show.
Oh.
So I left.
Oh.
But when I came back, it was still on, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, there's still another half hour left of the show. So let's continue with that.
Okay.
Moving on. I just had to set it up.
But if you missed something, it's okay. We'll forget.
I might have. I don't know. Maybe not. I got notes.
So next we got Gisele Shaw versus Courtney Rush. And they talked about Gisele Shaw's title shot in Australia, which she was unsuccessful at. But, of course, Jay is at ringside with Savannah Evans in Gisele Shaw's corner. And Jessicka, she's sick, is in Courtney's corner. And it's a numbers game here. You know, classic story told. Jay just can't stay out of the ring. He's all shenanigans, which causes Gisele Shaw to get the win here. So,
I have something to say.
go ahead. Yes.
Listen up, everybody, because this is what's going to happen. Can we start calling Gisele and crew the Shawtourage? Instead of Entourage, the Shawtourage?
Not the Gisele Tourage?
The Gisele Tourage, does that flow? Does that roll off the tongue? Shawtourage.
Does the
Gisele
Shawtourage? You
got to give him some kind of name because I can't just be like, it's Gisele and Jay and Savannah. I need, they got to have a name. And I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. I wanted it to snow, and now it's not.
I would highlight it, but I'm not sure what's going on in the chat right now. So I can't tell
what did
if
I
it's
do?
the fake or the real David Penzer anymore.
I don't know which one is which.
One of the David Penzers is saying that is what they are called. Is the Gisele Raj.
Is there even two? Is it just molded into one now? Has the fake absorbed the real?
The Shawtourage.
The Shawtourage. Shawtourage.
Trademark.
I'm a little.
I don't like this double. No imposter stuff. I don't like that when we got real people there.
It's very tough to fit. And I don't even know how to figure it out. I don't have the technology.
It makes me feel unsettled. Like there's two of them.
There was shenanigans in the chat last week too, which that was just trolls. But
I feel it happens. I feel like if you stream, you're opening a door to Shenanigan City.
Which is fine. But then, we're going to deal with you like, you're a kindergartner. We're going to, spank your ass and stick you in a corner.
What?
There was an error
what?
on
listen,
this podcast.
You went to kindergarten a long time ago. Things have changed, J-Bone.
Hey,
that ain't how it goes anymore.
No, I know. But I'm a little bit of old school, So if you're going to bring that here, I'm going to show you my version of old school. So,
yeah.
I went to the school.
Let's just on the School of Hard Knocks, all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Remember, he walked 5 miles in the snow. Barefoot.
Uphill both ways.
You get behind the wheel with me.
You could get hit in checkers.
And he stopped halfway to get 2 meat.
So if we could move on with this, I have a butter bar waiting for me to eat after the show from the bakery.
Oh, what?
I've never heard about it until I bought one. And
is it a butter cake in a bar form?
No, it's more like I want to say like a blondie. Do you know what that is?
I know what a blondie is. Yes.
All right, so it's like that, but not. It's more like a pie. I can't explain it, but it's from heaven's amazing creation. It's beauty in a bar. It's called a butter bar, a gooey butter bar.
So is this kind of like tube of cake? Are we back onto that now, or what?
There's no tube. It is literally like a slice of pie, but in square. It's a pastry. It is a pastry food. Not a gross pastry, guys. Get your head out of the gutters, American Pie.
No, there's no meat involved.
We'll tell your mom we ate it.
There's no American Pie involved in this. Okay.
It is from a bakery. It is food. It is edible food, not tubed.
No,
not meat.
No meat.
Not sure how you get meat from butter bar, but okay.
Well,
you're old. It's good.
You're back on the food thing, so I just got to make sure.
I'm hungry. Come on, let's wrap it up.
All right, tube of butter for
Shataraj. That's where we left off. Sorry, I got the church giggles.
Extra crispy. All right, next we got King and G. Okay, so this was funny. This was my haha of the night, if there was any. Kenny King and Gene last week are backstage. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, all this weird talk has gotten my brain just melting out of my head now. They're backstage. Girl comes up to Kenny King. Hi, can I get a picture? Sure. They take a selfie. Then as he's starting to walk away, she gets out a little bit of money, and she tries sticking it in his pants, and he's like, whoa, what's going on here? And she's a little upset, and he's like, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not about that anymore. Walks a little further, and there's a familiar face. Ingrid tries shoving some of her money down Kenny King's pants. I was like, oh my God, Ingrid. Of course, anyone else watching this is just going to be like, oh, okay, it's some other girl backstage. We know who that is. So that's what makes it even more funny. It's like, where's Bravo? It's like, geez Louise. Gotta get control of that backstage area. Poor King. But then you say his name, and he appears. Joe Hendry shows up.
Creep.
And
Creep Hendry.
Sheldon.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Creep.
Ingrid clapped when he showed up. She was like, and then exited.
Yeah.
That was funny. She was like, and then Sheldon's like, we can kick your ass. There's 2 of us. There's 1 of you. And he goes, until you say his name. And then all of a sudden, Yuya showed up. Yuya Iyamura. Clap. So I don't know. Apparently, Kenny King is going to face. Joe Hendry.
Why were they shoving dollar bills into his pants?
Because that's an old gimmick. It goes by this song that Joe Hendry just made for Kenny King, the old stripper song. That was
What?
that is a legit old lifestyle job that Kenny King.
Kenny King was a stripper, so we're stripper shaming now?
Yes.
The fuck, Joe Hendry? Get it together, buddy.
Yeah. No,
It's
no.
in the year 2023, we don't do that.
No. Men
Shame
or
on everybody.
Yeah.
Just because we're just teasing, but in reality, don't ever do that.
All right. Mayor says he deleted the fake Penzer. I hope you deleted the fake Penzer because right off the bat, I could not readily tell.
My eyes glazed over towards it, so I completely tuned it out. What's going on again?
There's a
kidding.
fake Penzer and there's a real Penzer, and
There's neither.
Now I'm seeing another Penzer. So I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. I don't know why people are trying to impersonate Penzer. I mean, yeah, he's a national treasure, but geez Louise. Anyways.
Yeah, go back to making mocking accounts of Trent J-Bone and myself.
Yeah. Let's go old school, oh, J-Bone sucks account. See, that's the easy ones that I used to deal with back in the day.
Let's get creativity.
J-Bone's late for his own show.
Carl Gotch in the chat. Luthez, where are you?
That's an old one too. Yeah, someone actually tried to do a Luthez. Main event time. This was actually really exciting. This and the first match of the episode bookmarked this episode with some great action here, some great storytelling. We got Motor City Machine Guns, Sabin and Shelley versus their challengers at Slammiversary, Nick Aldis and Lio Rush.
It's cool to see Lio Rush in Impact. I'm just going to start by saying that. First time I ever saw him was at CZW, and it was around the time where he was introducing his Blackheart Lio Rush character.
Good stuff. I know exactly. Yeah.
So yeah,
he had the black veins going from his
face. He had the black paint on the heart on his chest and the veins and stuff. It was a cool character. It was an interesting time. So it's like nice to be so familiar with someone because that was like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, that was just before he went to
WWE.
Yeah. Started doing that gimmick with or whatever. He started being Bobby Lashley's manager, I want to say. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, either way, so I'm happy he's here after seeing him in CZW all those years ago, and just to see him get into matches with Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, that's pretty awesome. Because as far as like the wrestling styles, very similar. Aldis is kind of like the odd man out in this one, even though him and Rush are a team. Affiliated with each other? What have they established? Because I missed last week, so.
Well, Leo showed up last week, but no one knew why Leo was there until the end of the episode.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't watch it all because I slept. I looked like Quagmire and was sleeping a lot. So.
But yeah, great match. Bill, anything on this?
No, it was a good match for sure. Some shenanigans, low blow, obviously at the end there. That got Leo the win, but got Leo the win over Chris Sabin, who he's going to be facing for that X Division title. So it makes that definitely something to watch. And I know people are asking that I would say Leo definitely got cheered, for sure.
Oh yeah, it was. You could tell at the end of the match they were cheering for him.
Yeah, I was not, but I do like Leo. I've remember Leo on the Indies many years ago, showing up on like small indies in like New Jersey back then. So it's good to see him. Like obviously he made some runs lately on different promotions, New Japan. So good to see more of a run in Impact, because it does. We were talking last week. This feels like this is at least something like we've seen before with Jonah. Maybe it's a couple months storyline, maybe more. You never know. But not just like a one-off or a set of tapings. It's multiple sets of tapings, which is good, because Leo is definitely a very talented individual. So it doesn't hurt, especially in the X division. That's the perfect fit for a Leo Rush. So should be able to put on some good matches, and him and Sabin should be a possible show stealer. So definitely another great match to look forward to. But all in all, entertaining show tonight. A lot of backstage segments, obviously, so all new to me, which was great to see. So definitely got a new look on everything. And it's interesting because really we got one more episode before Slammiversary, so it's like flying by here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what's going to happen after that. It's like I feel like we're going to get something else at some point. Like maybe I don't know if they're going to do a special with like a bunch of digital matches, more than just the Monday things they've been doing. But it feels like there was a lot of content that is in the can right now. And I'm not sure how long that's going to take to get out, how much after Slammiversary some of that might air. But it was there's definitely some good quality stuff. Wait, do we have a David Penzer?
Yes.
Joining us?
Yes, we do. We're now live on TNI, the real David Penzer. David, Mr. Penzer.
Is this the real David Penzer?
Oh, that is the real David Penzer.
Facts.
The voice doesn't lie.
This is absolutely the real David Penzer.
So just to be totally honest with you guys, I tuned in tonight because you guys know I love you and like to hear what you have to say. And
thank you.
Somebody that was me made a comment about PCO that was inappropriate. Do you remember that?
I'd have to go back and look. There's been a lot of you in the chat.
You all laughed about it, but that was not me. So then I got hot, a little bit hot. I really don't care. And so that's when
So this comment right here says, "I like my PCO checker style hit and run." That was not you?
No, that was not me.
Okay,
that was the fake David Penzer.
Yes. So then I let you guys know about it, and I know you guys were confused. So then that guy, whoever that is, seemed to go away. So then I'm going to be honest, Alisha called it. I started playing both sides.
Oh my God.
So kudos Alisha.
There you go. You figured it out. I was looking at him. I couldn't figure out a difference.
But then he
probably just had to find the one comment.
But then he came back. The guy who was like, did Russo book this shit? That was not me.
So all right, the PCO and the Russo.
Okay.
So I just want to clear that all up. J-Bone's right. I might be a national treasure, but I'm not much. And, all I have is my reputation. So you guys are my friends, and I love what you guys do. And I've never had this happen to me. You hear about wrestlers that say, "Oh, somebody opened a Twitter account," and I'm like, nobody's going to do that to me. And somebody did it to me tonight. So.
That's crazy.
Yes, thank you for coming or calling in and clarifying.
Sure. And Alisha, bless you, because you figured it out. At one point, I was playing both. It was fun. I was having a blast. but then the Russo guy came back in, and I was like, shit, he's still here.
Yeah,
he was learning.
We appreciate it.
Who's coming to Windsor other than Bill? Any of you?
Not currently. I'm saving up to
I
travel
think
for a
there might be some
wedding.
people in
So
the chat that are.
J-Bone, J-Bone, while I see you in Chicago at least?
Yeah, I'll definitely come to Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to be there all year.
Right.
If anyone is, it might be Trent, because one of his favorites is absolutely
Tracy Brooks.
Tracy Brooks. Yeah, sorry, I'm going through the chat here.
Love me some Tracy Brooks.
You might see him for
Can't wait to see her.
He loves himself some Tracy
Can't
Brooks.
wait to
That's
see
his
her, and I would love
favorite.
to see-
That's his favorite knockout of all time. So if she's getting involved in
She's such a
Slammiversary, what's that?
Yeah, she's such a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, one of the originals.
So,
she's an
hey
OG.
guys, thank you for your supportive impact. Appreciate you guys putting up with me, but I just wanted to call in and let you know that there's another David Penzer, and that's horrifying.
There's only one David Penzer allowed, and
that's the real one.
After this, never again. We will weed you out.
Good night, guys.
David
I appreciate it. And kudos
night,
again,
David.
Alisha, for figuring it out. But then I got screwed because the guy came back.
He came back. It's all good. Thank you again.
We can't have nice things.
Right.
Good night.
All right. Take care. Safe travels. He exited. That's all right. We love you, David. Thank you so much for
appreciate it.
settling that. So yeah, it looks like we got rid of the other one. Went through the chat and got rid of the evil doppelganger, if you will. Yes, this world can only handle one David.
So now David Penzer is going to go to the boys and be like, "Guess who's making fake David Penzer accounts?" Like, I see you, Dango. Look at me.
Or maybe it's a wascally wascal.
You never know.
That's fun. Fun little dialect with Penzer.
Yeah, at least
always great to see him and talk to him.
It's obviously got to be someone that knows us. So
inside jokes and all. I wonder who it could be.
There's a suspect list.
Yeah, that's long.
It's my bastard. It's my bastard son.
Anyway, not cool. It's
Kyle. I don't know.
Make fun of us, but let's leave.
Yes, leave everyone
other people alone.
Yes.
Bring it to me.
All right.
I'll take
so, any other?
I want my butter bar.
Come after my 2 meat comments.
There we go. All right. So yeah, great episode. We got a week and a half left leading up to Slammiversary. Things are really starting to heat up. And we'll follow up any news that we get on Steve Macklin. Hopefully he's okay for the pay-per-view. Of course, we say that before watching this episode of Impact Wrestling, and we look at what happened to PCO, and my goodness, I don't know which one's worse because, obviously, PCO's extra crispy, unfortunately. So hopefully he's okay too. But thanks, everyone, for joining live tonight. The chat was on fire. We love it. On your way out, you folks know what to do. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. Say goodnight, crew.
Good night. That's the cat. Wave bye.